What's up? Welcome to One Crack News. For all your updates, go to One Crack News, subscribe, do the whole shebang bang. Absolutely. Join, subscribe, whatever you want to call it today. My Instagram is Carcino for Life. YouTube got Carcino for Life. My Patreon is Carcino for Life. Twitter is Carcino. Now, where are we here? The part that I'm at right now is very scary. The part I'm at right now that has gotten me to the point of exhaustion is the fact that our president-elect, Donald Trump, in a time of crisis, proves that he is once again self-serving and shouldn't have been elected president, shouldn't even have ran. To be honest, it's awful. The state of this country. I'm not a Kamala Harris fan. I don't like her either. I think she's unfit to be a president of the United States. And I think Donald Trump is just a lesser choice. Neither one was capable of being president of the United States of America. But Donald Trump, once again, doubles down on the fact of why he shouldn't be president of the United States. But our country has been dumbed down to a level of stupidity that it has never been recorded in probably the history of mankind, of how pathetically unenlightened we've become. And we've become numb to emotions that's supposed to be natural. We're naturally supposed to have empathy for those in need. We're naturally supposed to care about the next person other than ourselves. But in this day and age, common sense isn't common anymore. And I don't know if that's from the internet. I don't know if that's from society in general. We have to have about debates about prayers in schools, and it's just gotten out of control. All this deception and wickedness on the planet. Now, when President Donald Trump was president and he lost, he still have not conceded the election. And now that he won and they conceded the election to him and followed the acts of what presidents are supposed to do when they lose an election. Now that he's elected president again, he decides to do something even worse. The president-elect, Donald Trump, blamed Joe Biden and California Governor Gavin Newsom for the wildfires that you see in LA right now that has killed at least 10 people and enforced tens of thousands of people to have to evacuate their homes. He goes on his True Social page, right? On his social media platform. And he wrote several posts on that platform. And he says, Governor Gavin Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snow melt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California, including the areas that are currently burning in a virtual apocalyptic way. Totally blind to the fact that people are dying and losing their homes. And he continues. Newscom, he wanted to protect the essential worthless fish called a smelt by giving it less water. It didn't work, but didn't care about the people of California. Now the ultimate price is being paid. I will demand that this incompetent governor allow beautiful, clean, fresh water to flow into California. He is to blame for this. On top of it all, no water for the fire hydrants, not firefighting planes, a true disaster. So, Newsom's director of communications, Izzy Garden, accused Trump of playing politics while the wildfires were going to wreaking havoc in Southern California, which we were all watching. There was no such document as the Water Restoration Declaration. That is pure fiction. The governor is focused on protecting the people, not playing politics, making sure firefighters have all the resources they need. So that's what Garson said and left that to be. But still have not addressed the people, the public, people that elected him. Some of them lived in those homes that got burnt down. Some of them believed in you. There were Americans that lost everything, their homes in a fire. But yet you showed the whole world who you are yet again. He comes down. One of the best and most beautiful parts of the United States of America is burning down to the ground. It's ashes. And Gavin Newsom should resign. This is all his fault. Again, no mention to the people. Fire spreading rapidly for 3 days. Zero containment. Nobody has ever seen such failed numbers before. Gross incompetence by Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. And Biden's FEMA has no money. All wasted on green new scam. LA is total wipeout. That's what the president of the United States is talking about. People are dying. And the claim about FEMA money being wasted on Green New Deal, right? That's an environmental legislative proposal that was never adopted. So that's false. But this is what you get, rhetoric. And people that follow him, sometimes they're blind, and most of them have an IQ of -3. You get like 5 points for spelling your name, and most of them can't do that. Mom told me it was a J. No. So Tuesday, it was declared that it would be a state of an emergency. Yeah, it was going to be a state of emergency over the fires, which left around 400,000 customers without power as of Wednesday. Biden issued a major disaster declaration, clearing the way for the federal assistance in the region area. So it appears by mentioning a water restoration declaration, he was talking about the presidential memorandum. Back in 2020, he tried to divert water from Northern California to farmland in the center of the south of the state. And at the event, Trump said it's going to give you a lot of water, like a dam, a lot of everything. You'll be able to farm your land. You'll be able to do the things that never thought possible, right? On this date of the announcement, Newsom and then Governor Attorney Xavier Becerra denounced Trump's move, calling it a harmful attack on the ecosystem and the environment in California. So Newsom said he was going to file a legal action to challenge the federal biological opinions, and to try to protect the highly, imperiled fish species close to extinction. Now, Newsom committed the effort of doubling California's salmon population by 2025, a canceled plan set in motion by the governor, Jerry Brown, that would have added 2 tunnels to funnel water from the northern part of the state to the south. Now, going back to Trump's 2020 event, Newsom mentioned that his goal of balancing the need to move the water with the need to preserve the endangered species, saying our goal continued to be realize and enforce voluntary agreements that provide the best immediate protection for like delta species and make it safe drinking water, dependable water sources for farmers and economic prosperity. So back in October, Trump repeatedly threatened to withhold federal disaster aid for California wildfires. He said it on October the 12th. He said, we're going to take care of your water situation and we'll force it down his throat. And we'll say, Gavin, if you don't do it, we're not going to give you any of that fire money that we send you all the time for all the fires, forest fires. He said this in Coachella. Then when the fires happen, he says, no water in the fire hydrants, no money in FEMA. This is what Joe Biden is leaving me. Thanks, Joe. Once again, not acknowledging the people, not acknowledging the deaths, not acknowledging the destruction, but this is who you elect. Then he says, let this serve and be an emblematic and a gross incompetence and mismanagement of Biden Newsom duo. January 20th can't come here fast enough. And that's the guy y'all elected to be president. Yeah, I saw Den of Thieves too. Same conversation existed. The words of Trump, if you just listen to everything I just told you, kind of explain something, right? When a man says he's going to withhold money from fires in California in October, and here it is, January, they got a massive fire, and he's like, So, and he's bragging about the fact, like, yeah, look what's happening to you now. And he's the president-elect of the country. Kind of make you question how did the fire start in the first place. That don't get your bell ringing. That didn't wake you up. That is not wildfire season. Why would the wildfires be spreading out in January? And then the areas of how they're starting and where they're starting up from. It's not hitting you with any signs of something feels off. This is bigger than nitpicking, sir. You're not noticing what's happening? So Trump wants to bring this project in here and build in California that's going to bring like a water dam in there. It was turned down and says he's going to force it on California and withhold money from wildfires from California. Withhold the money. Said it in October. October the 12th, gave you the date. Said he's going to withhold the money for the fires from California. And then here it is, they got a fire. And then this man's on social media, on his True Social channel, bragging about fires and trying to play politics while people are dying and losing their homes. And if you know anything about wildfires, where they're starting up from and where they're hitting, it's not usually abundant for it to happen in that area, especially on days it's not supposed to hit. Like there's nothing that would cause a wildfire to take place in January. It's not normally when they have their fire season. And for it to get this bad, oh, it's not a conspiracy, buddy. What that man said out of his mouth is not a conspiracy. He lost a lot of respect. If there was any for him, he lost a lot of it with those remarks about this fire. And he's kind of exposing himself. Well, the damage it's going to do to the economy and the homeowners market is only a part of it because now and how you gonna they're gonna try to figure out how you're gonna insure homes in California now. When I saw it, it looked like they were taking scenes from the movie Volcano. When LA burned up in the movie Volcano, it was looking just like that. I didn't say that he is, and I didn't say that he isn't either. But somebody did. I knew it from the moment it started. Immediately, knew foul play was at hand. Hmm. Yeah, well, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck. Hmm. Yeah, Giovanni from Power, right? Want to hear what he thought about the fire?
Theorist, I was insensitive. I didn't know how weather works. So, quick update from Calabasas. Someone is starting these fires. I said this yesterday. Everyone said that I was a conspiracy theorist. I was insensitive. I didn't know how weather works. There is no way that it goes from Malibu, the Palisades, all the way to Pasadena, Hollywood Hills, Studio City, then Calabasas. And then there was another one that was just lit in Pacoima minutes ago. There's just no other explanation than someone is lighting these fires. Apparently they had someone in custody for the Calabasas one that just happened. That's right near me. My whole entire car is packed, just waiting for something bad to happen because you don't know when it's going to happen. It's unpredictable. So that's really, all I have right now. If you have updates, please let me know. But someone is setting these fires in Los Angeles. So quick update from Calabasas.
Now, he just told you, and I'm not there. And me and him has the same thoughts, right? Exactly. It can't do that. Somebody planned it to do on that day because they knew the winds were going to be crazy on that day. So that day, it was chose that that would be the time. So anyway, on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here and I'm gonna holler at y'all later.